You're the Eagles player?
I'm the guy.
What's up, man?
What's up?
My name's Vince too.
No kidding.
Can I get a picture with you?
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Crazy. I didn't know you would be out here.
The name Vince Papale defines enthusiasm, inspiration, and energy. NFL head coach Dick Vermeil knew that when he signed the schoolteacher part-time bartender to a contract to play for his Philadelphia Eagles back in 1976. Papale was 30 years old, and he inspired an entire city with his play back then, and still does to this day.
My dad and mom never got beyond the 8th grade, and somehow, some way, their little boy, the kid that they used to call Vincey, became a Philadelphia Eagle, had the wildest dream that anybody could possibly imagine come true, and play for the team that he loved, play for the team he bled for.
We were the gang that couldn't kick straight or throw straight or run straight. So, I mean, we had sort of an eclectic group of guys.
We actually had an open house camp and just invited anybody who wanted to try out to come, and it was a kick. We were looking for specific type people.
And here comes this enthusiastic season ticket holder, Vince Papale.
Suppose you could call me a semi-native Philadelphian, in as much as the fact that I've grown up outside of Philadelphia, just about 8 miles south of Center City, in a small town called Glen Olden. And I pretty much identify with the city of Philadelphia simply because I've lived around here all my life.
Dick Vermeil has a saying in his locker room. He says, an opportunity is worth to a person exactly what their preparation enables them to make it. And I have to tell you, I was not prepared at all for the first thing that happened to me when I walked in for this tryout, because I'm in the locker room when I'm finally given a chance to come into this Eagles locker room and see the Philadelphia Eagles jerseys, to smell the whatever you smell in the locker room, to experience the thrill of being in that same room where guys that were my idols, guys that I rooted for 10, 15, 20 years, anybody wearing that green and white, that I would sit there and be a part in that locker room and also participate in the tryout.
Now, he has inspired Hollywood. Walt Disney is producing Papale's story, called Invincible, a major film starring actor Mark Wahlberg.
Buddy, how are you?
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? Loving this or what?
He's captured Vince's spirit, and he's certainly worked very hard through training camp, and I think there's been a few times where he said, hey, I know how you feel, I know what you were going through, so I think they've really kind of, Mark's certainly gotten into his shoes and really filled that role.
When you're listening to this story here, you had to, in your own mind, you had to be thinking, you know, I had something like that similar happen to me, or it sort of reminded you of something that happened to you. Invincible, the movie, it's about you. Invincible is about anybody, any adult, any youngster who had a dream. Invincible is about anybody who had a goal.
Papale's story goes far beyond the football field. He's a cancer survivor, helping others deal with this terrible disease.
Some say I'm invincible. So when my wife made me a colonoscopy appointment at Jeff, I said, honey, you know I'm in the doghouse if I don't go. So I went. Good thing I had cancer. Good thing I went to Jefferson, too.
Papale has taken his story and tremendous enthusiasm for life to others, helping them build confidence and inspiration.
I got that call that says, you know what, Vince, are you sitting down? Huh? Well, what do you mean, am I sitting down? Well, are you sitting down? And Janet had already heard, I didn't even know, and he says, I hate to tell you, man, he says, you got cancer. And, you know, all of a sudden, all these things that you did, all this strength that you felt that you had, and everything that you've got looking forward in your life, it's just like what happened in the Eagles game on Monday night. It was just, the air was just sucked right out of you, you know what I mean? That you've got life and you've got victory in its grasp. I've got 2 young kids, Gabrielle and Vincent, and you're being told that you have cancer.
Vince Papale has a message for those who will listen. He had a dream and found a way to make it come true.
One thing led to another, and one of the Hollywood producers was pretty interesting. His name was Ryan Philippe. You know his wife more than him. His wife is Reese Witherspoon. And I thought, hey, man, you know, maybe this sounds pretty cool just to meet Reese Witherspoon, but, you know, it's a business opportunity. So, sorry, honey. I mean, you got all over her, baby. I'll tell you. Yeah. Well, she wanted to meet her, too. My kids really, you know, they had just seen Dumb Blonde or Legally Blonde or something like that. And